Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Killua from the series HunterXHunter. Now I hope that I've timed this correctly and this review comes out at the same time as my Gon review, or like the next day or something like that, because I've sort of withheld releasing that. But the Gon S.H.Figuarts was absolutely fantastic. These were released sort of like, I think, a month apart from each other, and pretty much raised everyone's hopes for the Killua to be at that same level at the very least. And a lot of the figure lines that aren't Dragon Ball Z have been surprising people quite a bit, because it's a new character, new series, new opportunities to change the standardized structure of the S.H.Figuarts, whereas Dragon Ball, it's sort of set its style in stone for the most part. You can change it up, but for the most part, you know what to expect from that line, whereas all the other ones, you know, it's up in the air what'll happen. Like the Yu Yu Hakusho line, pretty damn cool. The Gintama kind of sucked. The Gon, really good. The Naruto line, absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of room to breathe in new franchises, and it is nice to see that so far the HunterXHunter line is really, really good, and Killua is the second, but not the last in the line. It is good to see as well that we will be getting more figures beyond this. And it is also nice to see, like similar with the Gon, that this Killua is from his early arcs in the series, just because that is sort of the more iconic look for the character, but a lot of figures, for some reason, just do the later styles for the Chimera Ants arc, which is fine, they're cool designs, but like there's a more iconic look of those characters, and I feel like that first Hunter exam introduction arc, that's the sort of like set in stone, that's how these characters look. But anyway, taken out of the box, here's what Killua comes with, and much like the Gon, pretty damn good loadout. So we get the figure itself, we get 6 faces, an alternate hair part, some lightning effect parts, and a bunch of different hands. Now, while this is a really, really good loadout, similar to the Gon's really, really good, I do think that there are some parts of the loadout that could have included, you know, something a little bit different. So it's like Killua's yo-yo is missing, his skateboard's missing. Depends sort of like what version of the character we're doing, and this is sort of like a mix of arcs, because it's his first introduction, but he's got the lightning effects as well as like the Thunder God style, God of Speed hair. Been a long time since I've seen it, but I was pretty sure that only happened in the Chimera Ants arc. Similar with Gon, where he had his standard outfit and he had like his Nen stuff. I don't remember if he wore that jacket while he was learning Nen. I think he still had it during that sort of like mini tournament arc where he was first mastering Nen, but I'm not sure if he had it when he was doing all that other stuff. And I'm pretty sure that Killua didn't look like this when he had that full sort of like mastery of that lightning effect. So it makes sense why some stuff isn't here in favor of others, but it's a sort of mixed bag about like which version of the character we're actually, you know, trying to make a figure of. Regardless, really good accessories, but if they went just a little extra mile, and even if the price point went a bit higher and you had that other stuff, it would have made the figure even more perfect. Similar, like Gon, this applies to him as well. If he was a little bit more expensive and came with like the fishing rod or his backpack or something like that, that'd be cool too. But anyway, taken out of the box and put on a display here is Killua, and he looks really, really good. Similar to the Gon, very, very close to the animation model, looks really, really good. Bold, nicely saturated colors, looks fantastic. Not a whole lot of paint, but what's there looks good, and mine doesn't have any paint errors like my Gon did, so that's nice too. Put side by side with Gon, they are just about the same height, and they pair very, very well together, look absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy with how this line is turning out. For articulation, very similar to the Gon, it is fantastic. So he's got a ball joint in the head and neck, allows for some really good movement, pretty free for the most part. The arms can butterfly in that far, they can hinge up that far, can rotate all the way around, there's an upper arm swivel, bend at the elbow, somewhat blocked by the sleeve, but it's fine, as well as a hinge at the wrist. There's a ball joint in the upper chest, which allows for some nice back and side to side, and a little bit of crunching forward, nothing too crazy, but you can get some good stuff if you work the waist as well. There's a waist swivel, you can kick forward and back that far, which is pretty damn good. You can do the splits, and his legs were a little bit tight, and I popped off his leg, and you can also pop off his pants if you want to get a better look at the joint, but you know, I was able to readjust everything. It was just like fresh out of the box, so some of the joints were a little bit tighter than they should be, but no problems since then. Do the splits that far. There's like a ball joint at the pants so they can sort of swivel and rotate around. He's got a bend at the knee. He's got a hinge, pivot, and rotation at the ankle and toes. And so just really, really solid range of motion, similar to the Gon, just everything works really, really nicely. His legs can feel a little bit loose at times, but if you balance everything right, it can be fine. He's fairly solid on his feet. For faces, good range of accessories. So we've got a standard sort of happy-ish neutral face out of the box. We've got an eyes closed smiling face. We've got his sort of deadly assassin-y eyes, which look really, really good. I like the shading on it. Looks really, really killer. He's got his sort of goofy cat face. He's got a serious looking to the side face, as well as his sort of like thunder god ability activation eyes. So not a massively different face, but if you pair it with the actual hairpiece, looks really nice. And that's the thing, these faces are all compatible with that hairpiece, but they are intended for the main hairpiece, and that one faceplate is intended for the hair just because of the difference in the eyes. But they are fully workable with each other, and they don't look the best, but it is nice to have that as an option anyway. The alternate hairpiece does look good though. A nice little mix of, you know, transparent colors on it, and makes it just pop a little bit better, especially under different lighting conditions. And with all his accessories, you can get him into some pretty good poses. Pairs well with the Gon, obviously, and they are the best together. I really enjoyed this figure. Good set of hands. The lightning effects work similar to the Amazing Yamaguchi, where you just, you know, sort of slot them on and hope. But they do sort of loosely say, like, to put them on and then put the hands on over it to sort of lock it in place. And then it's sort of up to you for which hand does what and how it's placed. But they look pretty good on him. If you want to supplement that more with other Tamashii effects, absolutely go ahead with it. Especially since I got like a thunder effect at the same time with this figure, and I'm not sure if I bought it with the intent that they are meant to pair together or it released at the same time as them. I can't remember. But Tamashii make tons of lightning effects. If you've got, you know, the Amazing Yamaguchi Thor floating around, he's got tons of lightning effects too. So you can really build on this figure if you want, and just really, really nice. I do think it is a really good, solid figure with, again, really, really good accessories. If they went just that little extra bit more, could have been even better. But similar to the Gon, what we have is pretty much more than enough, and it's more than we get out of a lot of the S.H.Figuarts line, so it's hard to complain, really. But really good range of motion, really good quality control, and just generally a really, really good figure. It does feel like the HunterXHunter line, you need to get both at once to really make the scene, but if you buy one or the other, Gon or Killua, they're both really, really solid figures in their own right. I am keen to see how far they go with the HunterXHunter line, because there's no shortage of really iconic characters there, but it really depends on how far they want to go. Similar like with the Yu Yu Hakusho line, it feels like they're only going to do those two figures, even though they could do the entire main cast, and they've just sort of left it there. I'm glad to see at least HunterXHunter feels like they want to round out at least the Hunter exam main crew, but, you know, if you do that, you might as well also do Hisoka, because you got to have them have some sort of antagonist, and Hisoka is really, really iconic. So we'll see how far they go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.